It was a night that would forever stain the peaceful town of Onalaska, Wisconsin. A night when fear took hold and lives were changed in an instant. What started as an ordinary September evening in 2022 unraveled into a horrifying ordeal involving a brutal knife attack, a desperate flight from justice, and a tense police standoff. A young girl was left fighting for her life, a town was gripped by fear, and a troubled teenager became the focus of an intense manhunt. This is not merely a criminal thriller, rather it is a terrifying tale of unbridled passions that turn violent. It poses troubling issues about how rejection may develop into something far more harmful, and how love might become obsession. Why would a seemingly normal adolescent do something so heinous? Which red flags were disregarded? Could this have been avoided in the end? Austin Bailey, 17, had communicated with a 15-year-old girl before, to the terrible events of that evening. Even if a lot about their relationship is still unknown, one disclosure destroyed any mutual trust. The girl learned that Austin had violated her privacy by surreptitiously taking pictures of her while she was sleeping. She was so frightened by the realization that she cut off all contact with him and demanded that he keep away. It's usually hard to deal with rejection, but for Austin, it seemed to spark something much more deadly than simple heartache. He soon found himself on a dark and irrevocable path as his emotions swiftly shifted from disappointment to wrath. Instead of respecting her boundaries, he became consumed by obsession, and his refusal to let go would soon turn into something far more sinister. As the town of Onalaska slept, Austin made a chilling decision. He would not allow rejection to dictate the end of their relationship. That night, he slipped through the darkness, his mind clouded with dangerous thoughts and his hands clutching a weapon. His intent was clear. He was there to confront her, to force her into acknowledging him once again, no matter the cost. The moment he entered her home through a window, the safety of her world shattered. The terror she must have felt upon waking to see him standing over her with a knife is unimaginable. Any sense of security was gone in an instant. Then, without hesitation, he attacked. It was a vicious conflict. With all she had, the girl retaliated, her instincts taking over as she made a valiant attempt to get away. She suffered severe injuries to her hand, head, and neck as the knife sliced through the air. Nevertheless, she was able to escape, injured but alive, by sheer resolve. Her voice cut through the darkness as she cried out for assistance, warning everyone inside the house of the unspeakable atrocity taking place inside. Panic set in as a call to 911 was placed. The police were dispatched immediately, racing against time to prevent further tragedy. But before they could arrive, Austin had already fled, disappearing into the shadows like a phantom, leaving behind a trail of blood and fear. The manhunt began immediately. Austin Bailey, now a wanted fugitive, was loose in Onalaska, armed and dangerous. Law enforcement wasted no time, launching an extensive search effort. Officers reached out to his family and friends, hoping for any leads on his whereabouts. They scoured known hangouts, combing through every possible hiding place. Then, Austin himself made contact. He threatened suicide in a terrifying phone call. He made it plain that he would have the cops kill him if they confronted him.
Austin, drop the knife, man. Just drop the knife, man.
But his threats didn't end there. The manhunt became considerably more dangerous as a result. The goal had shifted from apprehending a criminal to averting a possible catastrophe. Trained police negotiators sprang into action, using every tactic they had to coax him into surrendering peacefully.
You okay?
What do you think?
I know things aren't good right now, but like we talking on the phone, dude, okay?
A meeting spot was arranged at a local high school, a carefully planned opportunity for him to turn himself in without harm. But just as quickly as he agreed, he changed the location, manipulating the situation and keeping officers on edge. Every passing moment intensified the danger. Would he harm himself? Or worse, would he lash out once again? Hours passed and the tension in Onalaska was at an all-time high. Then, a breakthrough. A tip came in, revealing Austin's location at the Quincy Street apartments. The area was immediately swarmed by law enforcement, their nerves taut with anticipation. Would this be the moment they finally brought him in? Or would it end in bloodshed? As police closed in, Austin attempted to flee, but this time, there was nowhere left to run. Cornered and desperate, he brandished his knife.
You cover me, Richie, so I can talk to him? Okay.
The same weapon that had already inflicted so much pain earlier that night. Officers pleaded with him to drop it, to surrender peacefully, but he refused. Austin was in a volatile state, his emotions spiraling out of control.
Austin, drop the knife, man. Just shoot me. Just drop the knife, man. Fucking shoot me.
Police knew they had to handle the situation with extreme caution. Any misstep could turn fatal. The negotiators did everything in their power to de-escalate the situation. They spoke to him in a calm tone, trying to reach whatever rational part of his mind was still intact. The details of how the standoff ended remain unclear, but what is certain is that Austin was ultimately taken into custody. The nightmare had finally come to an end. Meanwhile, the girl he had attacked was still alive, though deeply wounded in more ways than one. She bore the scars of that night, both physical and emotional. The attack had stolen her sense of safety, leaving her to navigate a long and painful journey of recovery. The town of Onalaska, once known for its quiet charm, had been shaken to its core. Its residents struggled to comprehend how a teenager, someone who had once been just another high school student, could descend into such violent madness. This case is a haunting example of the dangers of unchecked emotions, obsession, and the failure to intervene before tragedy strikes. Could Austin's actions have been prevented if he had received proper guidance and mental health support? Were there warning signs that were ignored? Or could anyone have stopped this before it was too late? The answers remain uncertain. For the young girl, the nightmare may be over, but the battle to reclaim her life is just beginning. For Austin, his actions have irreversibly altered the course of his life. The choices he made in a single night now define him, leading him down a path filled with legal consequences and personal reckoning. And for the town of Onalaska, this story will never be forgotten. It serves as a chilling reminder that even the most peaceful places can be shattered in an instant. The echoes of that September night will linger, a haunting memory of a moment when everything changed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe for more.